Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining the Antrea community meeting. For today, we have two topics. And the first presentation will be from Venci. It will be a demo about, showing pod annotations for displaying the pod secondary network IP for pods. There is a PR in review for that, and Venci will give us a demo. And then in the second part of the meeting, we will discuss with Antonin, Hang, and Ariane about a Linux Foundation mentorship project, which is about packet captures for Antrea. So let's get started with pod annotations for secondary network IPs. And Wenqi, please go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Saad. Hello, everyone. Firstly, let me share my screen. You see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, please go ahead.
Oh, thank you. Okay, let's start. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Today I will discuss the pod secondary network status annotation. I also prepared a simple demo for this feature, and this feature is relatively simple, and it is an enhancement to improve the secondary network usability. Okay. My presentation will be divided into 5 main sections. Firstly, I will begin by explain why this feature was introduced, and then I will go over the key changes about this feature, and certainly I will discuss the secondary network CI process. As testing and validation are rely on this CI process. After that, I will present a demo. Lately, I will leave some time for questions. And also feel free to ask any questions at any point during the presentation. Okay. The secondary network with SIOV type feature was introduced in version 2.3 and is currently in the alpha stage. To move it to the beta stage, some additional enhancements are required. And the port networks status notation is one of the key features. This feature adds a simple annotation to the port and update the signed IP when the port is successfully created with secondary network interface. The goal is to make it more user friendly. Let's see. In our current implementation, we use the CSF.io network annotation to specify the post multi-network interface configure. So by following the mutual CNI projects, we just need to add the network status annotation. Once the IP for the secondary network is successfully assigned, this annotation is updated with the relevant information, such as the interface name, IPs, and MAC ID of the interface and the network name. And then I will introduce the test process. After we modify the code, so we can add the corresponding end-to-end test in the test secondary network go field, and to run the test, we can use our existing CI pipeline, which is set up to verify the secondary network feature. You can trigger the test by adding a comment test as SRIOV secondary network E to E. The main CI code for testing SRIOV secondary network is not code in the CI test SRV secondary network AWS DOS SH field, and for a detailed understanding of this testing flow, you can refer to this. So once the code is modified and the PI is submit, you can trigger the CI process by comment this. Okay, and now let's move on to the demo. To save time, I have already set up the necessary per condition in the test bed. Here is example YAM for creating pods. Here we specify the secondary network interface name and the IP pool information. And once the port is applied, we will check the effect. Yeah. Okay, let's go to terminal. Okay. This is the test bed in AWS, and the test bed has two nodes, and we create a port named SIOV ports one in this namespace, and we specify the secondary network like this, and then the network status annotation will be updated. Here is the secondary network interface information. Yeah, we can check these ports, and here we can see the secondary network IP and MAC ID and some other information. Yeah, it's Okay. This is one of my presentation today. If anyone has questions or would like to discuss any parts of the future, feel free to ask questions.
Thanks a lot, Wenchi. Do we have any question? Waiting 5 seconds. Okay, it doesn't seem that we have a lot of questions, or actually, it doesn't seem that we have any question. But very good demo, and looking forward to see this PR checked in. And I believe that might be all for this topic. So we can move to the next topic. I don't know who's going to introduce the conversation. Antonin, Ariane,
Yeah,
Hang.
I can give a super quick intro
Yes, go ahead.
while Aryan gets ready. So I think Aryan has joined a community meeting in the past because he started working on packet capture even before his internship. He did support, if I recall correctly, for capturing traffic in different directions. So we used to have only capture from the source to destination, and Aryan and added support for capturing from the destination to the source and capturing in both directions. So he did that even before starting his Linux Foundation membership. And as part of his mentorship, which started about 6 weeks ago, he's been working on adding support for TCP flag filters to the packet capture API. I think the PR is almost ready to be merged. And more recently, because he's doing so well as part of his mentorship, he's been working on a new task, which is adding support for some ICMP filters to the packet capture API. And this is a project which is co-mentored by me and Eng Yan. So yeah, that's about it for the intro. I think Aryan is just gonna give maybe a quick update about a quick overview of his TCP flags support PR and give a super quick presentation of his proposals for ICMP.
Yeah, hi everyone, and thank you, Anton, for the introduction. So I'll start with my TCP flags PR. I hope my screen is visible.
Yeah.
So this is the PR that I've been working on. So to capture traffic based on TCP flags, we had some API design changes. So we added a TCP flag matcher struct with uh, a value and a mask field. So the mask field is optional, and in TCP header struct, we added a field that is flags, and it is a slice of TCP flags matcher. So what happens is, uh, I should maybe just open the proposal quickly. Yeah, so this is the API design for TCP flags, and sorry, yeah. So this is basically how it works. Uh, it is like uh, this syntax of TCP dump. filter that we are following. So what it does is it logically adds the value of the TCP flag from the header and then compares it with the value that we give here. So we can give in a multiple TCP flag matching conditions in form of a flag and mask, and we will also be adding a handctl command for this. And yeah, so this is basically the TCP flag change. Also, now moving forward to the ICMP filter API design. So I have tried to do something similar for TCP flags, I mean ICMP. So in ICMP header, we have two main fields, that is the type and the code, which tell us about the message. So uh, first of all, we needed a ICMP header struct that will go inside the transport header. And in the ICMP header, I added a messages field that is basically just a slice of ICMP message patcher. And this slice consists of a struct that has two fields, a type and a code that will correspond to the type and code from the header. And here the code is optional since most of the ICMP type and code messages we simply have the code as 0, so we don't need to specify that uh, uh, everywhere. And it is just like the TCP dump filter ICMP, where we like compare the type and code. So and this is in this also we can specify multiple ICMP message filters. Uh, the ANCTL command is also similar. I added the flow. I added arguments in the flow field, that is the protocol type and code. So the one thing is that uh, when using ANCTL, we can't specify multiple filters that we can do when using the CRD like this. So that is one limitation. Apart from that, this is an example of how we can define a CRD manifest for ICMP and the corresponding ANDCTL command. So it will, what this manifest will do is capture ICMP packets that have the type and port equal to 3. So basically destination unreachable and port unreachable. Also, if we want to have multiple ICMP filters, we can define them as messages is an array. Here I have omitted the code because I don't need to specify that by default. And yeah, so basically that's it for the ICMP filters. Uh, if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Hey, thank you. I was trying to process this.
Thanks, Ariane. The proposal looks good, and I'm looking forward to the PR.
Anton, sorry for the ignorance, but here are we just adding a a CLI the CLI for running the packet capture, or also adding some new facility in the data path for doing this?
No, it's API driven through the CRD, and so when Ariane adds those fields to the API, the entry agent needs to implement that functionality by converting it to a BPF filter, similarly to what TCP dump would do, right? So we need to convert the custom resource, the API custom resource, to a BPF filter, and then we need to attach it to the right interface, which we do today. So when we extend the API, it's about extending the capabilities of our BPF generation in the entry agent. And then
Got
on
it.
top of that, we extend the support of the NCarl CLI tool to accommodate for the new filters, basically, the new flags. Yeah.
Got it. Thank you.
So
Do we
for
have
the
you got
ICMP ICO, do we have a more convenient way to specify that instead of using the ICMP code? Because
You
I
mean
guess
for common
ICMP
cases
ICO
like
is the most typical ICMP packets we want to capture. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I just wanted to clarify. You mean for common cases like a ping, have like
Yes.
a. I think in the CLI we could add that. I don't know if we need to make the API to make the API different for that, but I think in the CLI maybe we can add shortcuts for a common scenario like a ping.
What do we have a default value for the code in API?
And if you emit the code, then it won't filter based on the code, but I think the type is required.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
Could we use something like int string, so it can be either integer number or it can be a string like echo? I don't know it's a good idea or not. Maybe it's not, since probably echo is the only well-known string name.
No, I guess we could make it int or string.
Okay.
I don't know if it's to be honest, I don't know if it's worth the complexity, but mm.
Okay, anyway, probably we can discuss when we have the PR. Thank you.
Yeah, Ariane, maybe check what TCP dump does if there is like a simpler way to just match pings, for example, as opposed to having to provide the ICMP type value. And maybe we can get inspiration from that.
Yeah, actually, there is a way that I was going to include in the proposal, but I thought as it was just similar that about how about my proposal about the TCP flags that the proposal number one. I'll just share my screen quickly. Yeah, is the screen visible?
Yes.
Yeah, so uh, this was one proposal that I didn't add in the presentation, but I first thought about this when I like to make things simple. So uh, I thought about creating an enum like this, which will just be cases for common use cases. And basically, it was like this ICM, this TCP dump filter. So this was one thing that I thought would be good, but since it compromises functionality and doesn't cover all the cases, I decided to skip this. So, are you talking about something like this?
Yeah, I think that's what I was talking about. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure. You can look at examples of there's a type called the int or string in the API definitions, and it enables providing either a string or an integer. So we could consider using something like this and give users the ability to use a CMP echo or just echo request, sorry, instead of 8.
Yeah, got
I
it.
can follow up
I,
offline. I
I,
can follow up offline with you. Yeah.
sorry.
I said I can follow up with you after the meeting on
Yeah, yeah,
Slack. Yeah.
yeah, sure. I'll look into it.
Yeah, I think we're good with that, Salvatore.
Okay, so looks like we don't have any other question. And cool. So Anton, this is we're looking for this for 2.4 or like future releases?
Yeah, 2.4.
Oh, nice. That's great. Anyway, that's a very good addition. Thanks a lot, Ariane, for working on this. It's nice to see these new features, and serviceability improvements coming in into Antrea. I really wish we had a lot more like this. Those are, really important features for our users. Thanks a lot for that. And with that, might be all for today. So wish everybody a good night, good
Sorry,
afternoon.
Anthony.
Go ahead, Lan.
Sorry, Salvatore. I want to discuss a little bit about the secondary network.
Sure.
Yeah, maybe I can share the screen so we can discuss
Sure,
and
my
show
bad, my
that.
bad, Lan. My bad. I should have first asked, is there any other topic for today? I forgot to ask that. Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. I think it's just a short one. I just like to show this so that we are all on the same page. You know that we introduced demo one item actually is for the secondary network promotion. We plan to promote the secondary network feature into beta. And there are a few items we'd like to address. Which one thing I like to check with Tony is about this one. I saw your comment. I think that if a user deletes the network attachment definition, you mean that we released all the IPs, or just assigned IPs? I mean, it looks like the network attachment definition, a different definition would use the same IP pool. And per my understanding, that IP are actually managed by the IP pool, right? I mean, by Antrea IPAM.
No,
So I'd like to check.
I meant release the IPs assigned to secondary network interfaces which were created because of that network attachment definition.
So only those IPs already assigned which belongs to this network attachment definition.
Yeah, the assigned IPs for that network attachment definition should be released back to the pool, right?
Yeah, okay.
Like you would do if you were deleting those secondary network interfaces one by one by deleting the pod, for example.
Yeah, I think I will create a new issue for this one, and looks like that there are actually a few gaps in this update part, and for now, there are also some issues updated in this comment, and we can continue to follow the discussion. And another item I'd like to highlight is that since the secondary network leverage Antrea IPOM, so we also need to promote this feature to beta, and we probably need to have some improvement for this feature as well. But we can double check that when we do the secondary network updates part. Looks like there might be some overlap. Yeah, this, let me add a milestone. Yeah. Okay, I think that's what I want to highlight for the secondary network. And I believe there are also another item which found by Chen about the SRV part with VLAN. Chen, do you want to discuss that, or maybe just a quick introduction about that part?
Sure. I haven't created an issue, but the problem is that we didn't respect the VLAN configuration. If the type is SRIOV, but in some other SRIOV CNI implementation, they are able to read the VLAN ID and call some specific interface to configure the virtual functions VLAN ID. That usually requires the physical function to be available and accessible to the node, to the CNI. So it will likely not work in VM, but it should work on bare metal. I think it would be good. We also support the VLAN tagging because in some cases, or maybe in most cases, the uplink of the node, especially the bare metal node, is connected to the switch in trunk mode, and the port is specific. It's supposed to the port traffic is supposed to be tagged with a VLAN ID in many cases. I will create an issue after the meeting to describe more details.
Chen, so it means that does it mean that we will also handle the VLAN ID update in the network attachment definition if we honor that value?
It should be doable, yeah, if we watch the pod event. But one thing I want to mention is that I remember CNIs like Matas doesn't handle the pod update or annotation delete events. If I remember correctly, once the annotation is handled once, I think the only way to delete the secondary NIC is to delete the port. Or we could also say there's no support to update or delete the secondary interface. But let me confirm and update the issue. I'm not saying we must follow that model. Yeah, I just wanted to mention what I saw. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So maybe you can update in the secondary network update issue. That if you have more comment on that, we probably have a different input regarding the annotation update.
Hey, sorry, Chan, were you talking about updates to the network attachment definition resource?
Yeah, the annotation on the port.
Oh, and updates to annotations. Okay, I thought you were talking about updates to the network attachment definition custom resource.
Yeah, because when I did some experiments, I remember I saw a sentence saying that only annotating the annotation on the port will take effect only once, and the way to remove the secondary interface is to destroy the port and recreate it.
You mean in Malthus?
Yeah, that's what I remember. Yeah, but let me confirm, and if I can confirm the behavior.
In Malthus, that makes sense because of how it's implemented as a meta CNI, right? But I think the advantage of the entry implementation is that we use so that means it's only invoked when the pod is created, is what I mean. But in the
Right.
But in the entry implementation, which is controller based, we can, and I think we're planning to support updates to annotations. Now, updates to the network attachment definition CR may be a bit too complicated. I don't know, but I think update to the annotations we can handle.
Right. I'm not saying we must follow the Matos model. Yeah. I think it's good to support the update if it's available to users.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. Yeah, Sabato, I think there are no more discussion from my side.
Thank you,
Go
Lan.
ahead.
Okay, so now I will do the things properly. Is there any other topic that you would like to discuss for today? All right, it seems that might be all for today. So thanks everyone for attending and presenting in today's meeting, and we will meet again in 2 weeks' time. Wishing everybody a good night, good afternoon, or a good day, and bye. Goodbye.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.